Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to episode 4 of our Tough Love Thursdays. I'm actually coming to you live today from our rental property where we are doing some final renovations before we list it for sale this month after a long year of renovations. So the final push is here, and I've been out in the yard all morning and coming to you here live, bringing you another tough love truth, loving truth bomb to support you in your beautiful healing journey with sugar. Now, before we dive into it, I just want to make crystal clear that we are live on Facebook here. And anyone who is here live with me, please say hi, tune in. I want to keep the conversation going each week with these videos. Okay. Looks like we're good to go here on Facebook. So yeah, pipe in the comments below as you're tuning in for this. So today's tough love topic, I'm so excited to dive into this one because honestly, every week I really just feel into what is needed here. And I have been having an unusual amount of conversations this week, specifically around heavy emotions and around dealing with heavy emotions. Now, some of this has stemmed from personal experience. There has actually been a very recent death in my family, and seeing some of actually my close relatives, I'm going to keep it really vague here just to not name names, really how they have been handling this grief. And it's fascinating to me, but not surprising. Grief is one of the hardest emotions to feel. And the tendency and the comments have been around distracting as a way to get through this hard time, right? To get through, obviously, times of grief are the hardest emotions to feel, and they're so all-consuming and heavy. And this is just a personal experience happening now, but I really just want to highlight for each and every one of you listening to this that you are probably doing this, right? This is what we have learned. So your tough love truth today is that, really understanding that staying busy or distracting yourself is not, I repeat, is not a healthy way of supporting and processing your emotions. It is not. Yet, this is the pattern we have all been raised with. And I see that with my parents, with my family line. And I know that I am the one that is repatterning that in my lifetime. And you can be that too. So why? Okay. Why is that not a healthy way? It is such a tendency because as human beings, we always want to navigate away from pain and towards pleasure. That is our basic compass, internal compass as human beings in survival. And when we feel such all-consuming pain of an emotion, it's natural, and we have been taught to distract, right? And many of you are using food to do this, are using sugar to do this. But I know that a lot of you listening, and let me know actually if you resonate with this, it's more than just food. It's staying busy with yard work. It is, cleaning the house, having lots of social engagements booked on the calendar, being booked to the max so you never have a moment alone every day, right? It's all of this overdoing, especially during times of, emotional turmoil. And what we do when we do that is suppress our emotions, right? And here I am leading the way and reminding all of you, if you haven't heard this or this concept is new to you, but we can't do that anymore. That emotional bottling up and the emotional baggage that we refuse to feel, to release, is what is causing us to binge on sugar and to not be able to get off the sugar roller coaster. So if you actually want to learn how to relate with your emotions differently and support yourself in a real healing way, I'm sorry, ladies, I gotta say it, you've heard this before, but you need to be reminded that you have to feel it to heal it. And research has now shown that we must honor and actually feel our emotions in order for them to be released from our body. So we no longer carry that weight. So this is learning to redirect your ship from a lifetime of distraction, right? A lifetime of feeling an uncomfortable emotion and immediately needing to escape it because it's not safe to feel it. It's not okay to feel it because of all the reasons that our nervous system isn't able to regulate itself because we've never learned these tools. So if you're going through something right now and you're feeling some heavy emotions, please just know that distraction is not the solution. Neither is. I actually had a conversation this morning with somebody on my team. We were talking about the deep breaths, right? I often talk about, using breath and tool to release emotions. Now, there's a big difference between activating your breath pattern to stimulate your nervous system and release stuck emotions versus taking 3 deep breaths to try to push the emotion that you're feeling down. So really be careful to watch out for that, because that is another distraction technique. If you are triggered at work, or there's something, or maybe you've just experienced a loss recently and you're just taking those deep breaths, right? Taking that deep breath, making it go away. That is actually shoving it down. That is actually depressing emotion. So Gabor Mate talks a lot about depression actually being a result of depressing, pushing emotions down and not actually moving them through our body. So this is something that I'm so passionate about. And I work with all of my clients in my programs on how do we actually process emotions, AKA move the energy out of our body instead of ignoring, instead of staying busy, instead of numbing out. And this is one of the most powerful shifts that you can ever make in your relationship with yourself, your emotional health, and your relationship with food. So again, hitting this home for all of you who are maybe getting this right in the heart right now, staying busy, preoccupying yourself, keeping your calendar chocked full of things to do and responsibilities is an avoidance technique. And it is not a healthy way of actually dealing with your emotions, right? This isn't about actually even that. It's not about dealing with emotions, right? Even the terminology we use there is quite toxic around actually supporting ourselves and understanding that emotions are a human need. It is a human response to the world around us. There's nothing wrong with feeling emotions. It's actually vital for our health and happiness to feel, to release what needs to be released, whether it's a good cry or a good scream or a good shake or all the other tools that I love teaching my clients inside my programs to really get into releasing this shit, releasing the baggage so that it no longer holds you down and you no longer need to run in those patterns of feeling an uncomfortable emotion, even things really painful like grief, and instead learning a new way of choosing to support the processing of those and actually to feel it. So I'm seeing this, like I said, this is very much in my face this week with some clients and some family members who have actively told me, I'm just going to stay busy and keep my mind off it, right? To not think about the grief, to not think about the loss of this person or these other things that are going on. I'm thinking of a few examples in my head right now. So if you can relate to that, just know that that's okay. I'm calling you out with love and reminding you that you can choose to break this cycle in your family too. You can choose to do things differently and actually support and feel your emotions, because that's all they need. Just like I always think of our emotions as that little 2-year-old having a temper tantrum in the grocery store, and all they really need is your love and attention. All they need is some focused attention, validation, and love. And more often than not, that is when they can release. Sometimes we got to get our body involved, of course, as well, and use some somatic tools. But there you have it. That's this week's Tough Love. I hope that that is a well-received reminder for all of you this week. I know it is for me as well, because even though I'm here saying this, there are definitely times where I slip back into that old, just stay occupied to keep my mind busy, distraction techniques. And I can catch myself doing that and sit and take the time, maybe go for a walk without music, sit out in nature and actually allow myself to go into what needs to be felt. So I'm in this journey with you, but this is such an important shift. And I hope that you begin this journey. And as always, please feel free to reach out if you need support with that. I have endless tools and resources. And of course, my upcoming programs, we will be going into actually learning these tools. So thank you for tuning in to another Tough Love Thursday. There you have it. Let me know in the comments below if you're watching this in my private Facebook group. Let me know, do you do this? Is this something that you find yourself doing? And what are your favorite distraction techniques? What are you catching yourself doing to not feel? I would love to hear from you. keep the conversation going. And as always, I look forward to seeing you same time, same place next week. Bye, everyone.